courses where we have the possibility to present the students a challenge associated with a new product development, the development of a new product or a new service. Um, and we have that in different programs, in different degrees. We were trying for several years an approach that is a project-based learning approach, where the challenge is placed to the students, is presented to the students, and we have not only one module, but different modules and different teachers articulated as possible. Is not always possible to articulate all the teachers, all the necessary teachers, but some key teachers and some of the senior teachers. I think this is important. Some of the senior teachers were quite motivated for that. So we articulate modules and we articulate teachers in a way that the students can face the challenge of develop a new product. By example, a new food product, and with contributions from different other modules. So we try to base, of course, we try to base the approach on a methodology that is related to project-based learning. So we have here some. I'm with the. Oh, this is the wrong PowerPoint. I'm sorry. Okay, so we articulate a bit. Okay, for the agro-food sector. Agro-food sector is easier, but it's also possible for other sectors. But I will focus on the agri-food sector, and we try to base our methodology on existing knowledge on project-based learning. Project-based learning. So learning oriented in a way that in the end there's a product, there's a final product that could be shown and could be assessed by even by people from industry. So so project-based learning is, maybe you are aware of that, but I have here some words about what is this idea of project-based learning. So building knowledge through continuous study work, kind of process of research, well, very focused on a final product or a satisfactory solution, what we also call, we could call the prototype. So in the end, we should have a prototype. In business terms, sometimes we try to call it a minimum viable product. So a product that could be assessed by the key functionalities of the product. So when we speak about a food product, the food product should have a package, should have a label, should be ready to be tasted, okay? Things like that. So project-based learning and different papers says that is a way to develop some of those more, those light skills, or what is the name for this? So, you know, soft skills like communication, social skills, interpersonal skills. Well, because the students are arranged in groups, and they have to work in groups, but more than work in groups, they have to speak with different teachers, they have to speak with people outside the academy, they have to face reality in some way. So the partnership stimulates the partnership between teachers and students. That is relevant for a master's level. You know? So in a master's level, is interesting to build better relations between the teachers and students. So close relations, not better, close relations. So the relevance of plans in Portugal, nobody believes in plans, so that people are practicing planning and meeting deadlines. So it promotes autonomy and encourages, as I was mentioned, teamwork and critical thinking and so on. So this is a bit project-based learning. So it's the methodology, it's a learning methodology. We use a case study to evaluate the last 3 years. And in the last 3 years, we organize this process with a name, with a contest, with some prizes. So we got some money to offer prizes for the best products and the best groups. So we had the first edition starting in 2017, and the last edition ended this year. So the target group were the master students, as I mentioned, teams, and so we have this name, innovation track program and contest. So they have to follow a program that is based on the different courses. So in terms of teaching, there's no much more, or there's not more teaching effort. So the program is picking different pieces from different existing modules. So we didn't change the master program. We just articulate different modules. So in the end, we could have a product more viable results, more relevant results. So I don't know if this raises some questions, but so we'll see. So what we, I don't know if this helps to understand, but so focus on new products and services that could interest companies and markets. So we involve the students in the way that in the end of each program, each edition, each year, we will organize a fair, or we will organize a showcase, we will organize kind of events that where they will have the opportunity to show what they did achieve to alumni, to companies, to early investors, to other teachers, and so on. So we have also this part of the program is related with the communication. So the students have to prepare themselves to communicate their work and their results. And And they were encouraged to participate in other exhibitions, other fairs, national and international events. So we had going for different events. Um, Focus on those two areas, agro-food and agro-environmental systems. So also looking to trying to promote entrepreneurship. Say that. I think it's quite a good way to promote initiative, to promote self initiative. What is the structure of this program? Is we start by selection of promoters and the selection of teams, if you want. So selection of teams. So students apply with an idea and with a team, and we select those that seems to have something that could be worked out. We organize what will be the development phase. So articulating the modules, I will show you later. We organized something that was very relevant, very interesting. That was a mentoring program. So we were able to motivate people from some companies around to be available to be a mentor of a group of students. And so the mentor comes at meetings with the groups, 2 meetings, 4 meetings, 6, some meetings at distance, some meetings, presential meetings, some calls. But is someone that became interested in the work that was being developed. So it was a quite interesting input in the master's program. So business mentors, and then we have an evaluation phase, and we have prize monies with a lot of money. Well, I believe so. We have prizes of 2,000 euros, a lot of money, and we did participate in several external initiatives, and in particular, we have the students participating on the ecotrophalia initiative. You maybe heard before. You spoke before about that. We will go there. And the ecotrophalia actually is a European competition, and it was a main driver. It helps a lot. It developed a lot our own program, because students saw the possible end of their work, and it was quite a motivating element. So the schedule doesn't, I think, is not so interesting, but it's here. Let me show you. Yeah, this is not also too relevant. It's just a way to show the. Oh, sorry. It's just a way to show. So enrollments, admission, the program, the mentoring across the program, and then the evaluation, awards, and since the beginning of the program, we were promoting the projects with videos, with press releases, with so promoting each project. So each project, each teamwork, each group of students, we tried to promote it across the project-based learning. And look, what we did. for to achieve the deliveries of our program was that food product or that environmental system, but a product. And we also ask a business case, a business plan, or we call it business project. So the students has to deliver in the end a product or a prototype of a product, to be more honest, a prototype of a product, and a business plan. So an idea about what could be the relevance of that product in the market, what, how much they could sell, by what price, what could cost to develop that product. So some thoughts about a business perspective for the product. So look, we had a course, a module on business that we link together with this deliver of the business project. We had a course that is not yet a name. Oh, it's not a good idea. So we had a course that is called, it's not called innovation, it's called new product development, NPD, new product development. That is this course that is here with the name innovation, but okay, it's innovation because it's looking for a new product. But the name of the course exactly is new product development. So in this course, they have to have the product in this module. In the business model, they have to have the business case or the business plan. And from other modules, look, from the sensory analysis model, they will have to include on the business plan, they have to include the results of a sensory analysis they have made in this module and about their product. So if the potential customers see the product as interesting, maybe they could use the sensory analysis to improve the quality, sensory quality of the product. But is an output that is relevant for this module, but it was always also relevant for the end product, for the final product. So safety, nutrition, marketing, you see, look, packaging was, there's a mistake here, but packaging was particularly relevant. So they have to develop a package to its food product, in the case of a food product. So they have to design the product, the label, and so on. So there's different things concerning the issue. So different modules. Sustainability. There's a module that is related to sustainability practices in the sector. It was quite relevant input of this model. So we did have some modules that were very relevant to achieve good results. So in particular, the business module, the new product development module, but also the sustainability module, the sensory analysis module, and the marketing module, and also the nutrition for the design of products. But those 4 or 5 modules were interesting. And what I think is also interesting is to show you what were, so this was a bit the process they had to go further across the innovation program, okay, with the contribution of the different models. We have this participation, so you see, we had in the first year we had 20, in the second 20, in the offered 70 projects because the number of students were more. So we have 43, 71, 60. So we have interesting numbers for the at least for the faculty. So we did have several mentors involved, so 26 business mentors involved. And we have prizes for several groups. So the number of hours of mentoring, also significant number of external business mentoring that was achieved. And as I was mentioned, when they went to the prizes, there's a list of prizes that we did give. So some of the prizes have some labels, you see. So we have a prize that we label nutrition. We have a prize that we label more innovation. We have a prize that we label health. See, so we try to label different prizes to try to sell some key concepts. But more interesting was that is here. So in each edition of this program, we have students participating in ecotrophilia. So let me show you quickly where this ecotrophilia is here. So you probably know about. So ecotrophilia is a competition at the European level. They call it a competition of new food products. So and they organize the final competition. They organize it in the in three main international fairs in Anuga. You see here Anuga in Germany, or in France, in Sial, or in London, in the Food Matters fair. And this ecotrophilia is a competition in Europe, but there's a competition in each country. So there's a competition in Portugal, competition in France, competition in Spain, and in each country there's an organization of ecotrophilia. In our case, ecotrophilia Portugal. Maybe I can. Oh, but it's in Portuguese, so you will not see nothing. But yes, we have an ecotrophilia Portugal, and in that competition at national level, they open calls. Groups of students from all the universities in Portugal applying, and they end up with 10 groups of finalists, and with that number of 10 finalists, they end up with a main final prize, and the first classified in Portugal went and they pay everything to take the students and one or two teachers to the final competition in those fairs in Paris, in London, or in Germany. And it was interesting that well, in this in the first year, actually, in the first year of this innovation program, look, in the first edition, so in 17, 18, so in 2017, 2018, we have, let me see, what are the numbers? We have in 3 projects, we have 3 projects from our faculty in the final stage. So in the 10 finalists, 3 groups were from us. So enormous, large number, large percentage. And we end up with 1 team that won the first prize and represented Portugal in the Ecotrophilia Europe in Paris. So in the first year, we have a main outcome. So it was, the students were happy. Also, even the students that were not in the finals and were participated, went there. So it raises a kind of competitive climate between students, but in some way also interesting climate between students for working towards relevant results. So in the first year we went to Cial in Paris. In the second edition we also have some teams. I don't know if there's 1 team reached the 3rd place. We have 2 teams. We had 2 teams in the 10 finalists of the Ecotrophilia course. So, and 1 team was the 3rd place, the 3rd prize. So, so every year, in every of the 3 editions of the program, we have finalists on the program. Actually, we our faculty did in the previous year did contribute to the organization, not only the organization, but we try to motivate some institutions in Portugal to organize this Ecotrophilia Portugal, and so we have. We did have meetings with the Federation of Food Industries, something that is called FIPA, that is Federation of Food Industries in Portugal. And we had some meetings with a cluster of companies that is called Portugal Foods, and we try to motivate them to organize this Ecotrophilia Europe as a way to involve academia and involve also industry to try to see what the students can appear with proposals that could be interested and so on. So after 1 or 2 years, we have this Ecotrophilia. Yeah. If you want to raise questions, there's no problem. You can raise any question at any moment. So the final product was a business plan that I will not detail, but is a business plan with profits and loss statements and so on. And a final product that is a food product or a food service, and some materials for communication purposes. So a video, a poster, a leaflet. Look, this is the video of one group. Actually, is one group of Erasmus students. But let me see just if I have here 1 minute with this. Oh, it's not. Oh, I see. Oh, sorry. I will select this like that, and this is here. Okay. So so we have each group did produce some materials also for communication purposes. One of the products that we asked was a 1 minute video. So we got some money for that, and we've done those films for each group. Take a look, 1 minute. Okay, so you see, we had a video for each group. We had a business plan for each group. We had a product for each group. Some products were better seen as a prototype. Others were not so well achieved. But we have this process and this effort towards a prototype production. And yes, some relevant issues are related with what we had. We had also some facilities. We had a kitchen lab, and we have what we call a technology lab. So is for the food area, they have a kitchen lab that is an industrial kitchen where students can work with different technologies to prepare and produce and package food products. And we have a technology laboratory where we can have some more scaled operations like spray drying or just drying, so different operations can be found on the technology lab. The kitchen lab was particularly relevant, and also the technicians that work on the food lab and that help students on the daily working with equipment were a key issue. Other key issues that really were important was the business mentoring. So the business mentoring was particularly relevant program, and it was quite relevant for us. It was also relevant that the money and the resources that we were able to mobilize. So some of the resources were resources from the faculty. Some of the resources were resources that we got it by an application to a European project. So we did apply for a project focused on innovation on food and environmental products that could have this kind of profile. So we tried to put resources in this educational program, looking to the development of products that could be shown presented to industry. Other important conclusions were the motivation that so the transversal perspective that we offer to students. So it's something that and also the idea that they will develop a final product that could be tasted and that could be presented to others and that can be appreciated as a final product, motivate a lot the students. So we did have interesting participation of students. I also believe, and the external events were also quite relevant. In particular, the Ecotrophilia Portugal, because the students from the beginning were looking to that idea that in the end maybe they will submit their outcomes that are academic outcomes from the educational program, but they will use the outcomes to have their grades in different modules, but they will use those outputs to submit to a contest, to a program where they will have to do some additional work to eventually win a prize. And I think it was also interesting to have a first prize in the first edition. So first year of our program, first year of Ecotrophilia Portugal, and we have a first prize, and we end up in Paris. Not me, but my colleague that works with the module of new product development. So it was a quite motivating issue. So external organized events around innovation in food products is something that was also very relevant. Look, the ecotrophilia name is also a name that tries to say that is a trophy for food products, but they have to include the eco-sustainability issues in account in the process, in the product, in the package. You see, so is a program that in some way balances either the food and the nutrition qualities of the product, but it balances it with issues concerning concerning environment and concerning sustainability. So it is this balance that the students have to also to take care. So they design a product in nutrition terms, they design the product in technology terms, they design the product in terms of ingredients and so on, but in terms of process, but they also have to design the product in terms of sustainability. So in trying to improve and to achieve some sustainability levels. This is then Ecotrophilia Europe, and as well I was mentioned just some so a different learning experience. So some conclusions, different learning experiences. The involvement of some academics and some senior teachers were very interesting. The integration of curricula is something that all the teachers speak about, the integration of curricula, because the integration of knowledge and so on, but it's difficult to do something, and we believe that we did contribute for that. The efforts about communication, the project-based learning trial and implemented. So some key learning infrastructures I already spoke about. Student engagement also, the mentoring program, and the communication across stakeholders is repeated, is wrong. So those are probably some of our main conclusions. So I think this is what I would like to tell you. I don't know if there's some questions. If you want to, I'm thinking, yeah. Well, in the start of the program, in the ideation program, we use those food trends, different presentations about food trends to try to get the students develop better ideas or good ideas about new food products or new drinks. As I mentioned before, we use these food trends for different purposes, and I think is this that I would like to show you. Look, we also present all the products that were developed are are presented on our website. So we have a section for products, and we have the different products presented. So this is one that won the first prize in Portugal. It's nothing too special, but you see, we try to show to the students that the name of the students should be here. They are not. They should be maybe. So here, there's the name of the product. The name of the students usually is here. So we try to show the students that we will also promote their products in a kind of product sheets, and we will put them in our websites, and so all the products that did compete in this innovation program were here. So very different things, and you see we several things. So oh, very nice those products. I remember. Well, is this a eatable cup? There was some interesting products, some energy bars made with dregs from the beer industry, and there were also some bars made from protein from insects. Well, we have plenty of products, and some of them quite interesting. So is this that I would like to tell you. So if there's any question, please raise it. Otherwise, from my side, this is a bit what I would like to present concerning this idea of developing innovative products through a learning strategy integrated in our degrees, in our master degrees. So very well. So thank you very much for your time, and if you want to raise any question, please please take your time.